everyone, welcome back to another great episode of Raihana's Cuisines. Today we're going to be making a comfort food, which is my family's favorite dish. This is actually my mom's recipe that she's been making for years. So we're going to go ahead and start with making the roux, and the roux is basically going to be like a white sauce mixture. So let's go ahead with the ingredients. I've got flour here. I've got half a stick, which is 4 tablespoons of butter. I've got about 3 slices of cheese. You don't necessarily have to use this kind of cheese. You can use any type, or you can even omit the cheese out altogether. Got about a cup of shredded chicken. Again, you can use beef, you can use shrimp, you can use whatever you like. My family is used to with the chicken. They love the chicken, so we're gonna do chicken. I've got 2 cans of drained and washed 15 1/4 ounce cans of sweet corn. We're gonna have salt, pepper, some milk. So let's go ahead and start with our roux. I'm gonna turn our stove on. I've got room temperature butter here. Again, doesn't need to be, it just melts faster if it's room temperature. And we're just gonna melt the butter here. I'm just gonna cut it in slices. That way it's just faster, even faster for the butter to melt. And this is a really quick and simple recipes for the days where you really don't want to get in the kitchen and cook too much, or the day you cook it. This is a great leftovers. It stays in the fridge for at least 2 to 3 days, if not more. So for 4 tablespoons of butter, I am going to do 6 tablespoons of white flour, and we're gonna cook the flour and the butter together. So that, there we go, we've got that melted. Got my white flour here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you just want to cook this for a little while until you will smell this really nice aroma coming out. That way you know that the flour has cooked and it's not raw. Otherwise, if you put the milk in it right away, and when you start eating the corn pie, you're gonna taste that raw flour in there. So you just want to cook it. For another 2 minutes until you see it just browning just a little bit. Keep on mixing it so you don't burn it. And you want to make sure that you have a whisk handy, because then we're going to be adding the milk in there, and once we add the milk, we just want to whisk it real quickly so we don't have the lumps in there. And you can see the color has changed, and even the consistency of the flour is changed. It's much more frothier. Alright, now what we're going to do is go ahead and add milk little by little and keep mixing it. Don't add too much at a time. Keep on adding slowly, slowly, because once you have too much in there, you're not going to get that cream. Just going to make sure that we get all the lumps out. And I did this on the open pan here just so that you guys can see. But if you want to do it more like in a 5-quart saucepan, it's easier for you to mix it without it splattering all over. My camera guy has it splattered all over himself. So if you want to do it like in a bigger pan, that's better. I just did it because this is easiest to show you how the sauce is going to turn out. And I've got a lot of people asking me because the sauce is really, really important as far as making this dish. And it's going to get thickened and thickened. And so I'm not going to be adding too much. I just wanted to make sure that I got all the lumps out. Vigorously mixing it here. Just to make sure we got it all nice and creamy. Okay, I'm going to lower the heat just a little bit, so in the meantime we can go ahead and add and I can stop mixing it so it's not going to burn. Go ahead and add my cheese in there. Again, this is very, very optional. I just like the taste of the cheese in there, so, and I've been making it like this for a long time, so. Okay, we're just gonna make sure that it melts. See, the color changes too. That's what I like. Just brings it more on like a light yellow color. There we go, perfect. We'll go ahead and add our corn. And I always wash my canned corn because it has so much sodium in there. It cuts the sodium by half. I'm gonna change that into a spatula now. Just gonna mix that. Now, how fast can dinner be, huh? Corn pie with some garlic bread. Really great comfort food. I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken in there. And then we're gonna season it too. Now, if you want the corn pie to be this thick, perfectly fine. If you want it to be a little bit more runnier, that's fine too. The thing is, the more it stays, the thicker it's gonna get. So I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit more milk because my kids and my husband like it a little bit more runnier, not thicker. We're gonna give this a final stir. Half a teaspoon of salt, some fresh grinded pepper. By the way, this was a gift from my kids for my birthday. They know I like these kind of gadgets in the kitchen, so thank you, kids. You can give it a taste test. You don't need to cook it anymore. In fact, the less you cook the corn, the better it is, because then it's not going to become soft. It's going to be really nice and crispy. So we have dinner served in less than half an hour. All right, so we're done cooking our corn pie here, and I'm gonna try this. This really tastes good with shredded beef too, so you can do that, cooked shredded beef. And then what I'm going to do is, as presentation, you can even add just a splash of some sumac. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Fresh pepper. On a cold evening, it doesn't get any better than this. Excellent. Really creamy, yet really crispy with the corn and the pieces of the meat coming in my mouth. Excellent. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. I hope you can join me here on the next episode with another great recipe. See you then.